Alrighty, my friends, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a no BS Rhythm Bootcamp Part 2. I'm not going to mess around in this video. I'm just going to teach you something that if you do not know or understand, you will forever struggle with music. There's nothing sexy about this video. There's nothing sexy about these exercises, except for the fact that they will actually help you create a foundation to where you can actually learn how to play with good rhythm. So let's get started. You can download the exercises, the tabs for the exercises, and the rhythm sheets for the exercises in the description below. We're going to start with eighth notes. Eighth notes are counted as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The symbols above the notes are indicating down and up plucks. Downstroke on the downbeat, 1. Upstroke on the upbeat, and. Following that same pattern, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and equals down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Get your alternate picking like this. You're going to tap your foot on the beat. So the first thing you need to get before you even get into this exercise is to tap your foot. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can't do that in time well, you need to practice doing that. So, these basic things, you just need to practice them. It's just true. I'm going to set this metronome to 60 beats per minute-ish. And I'm going to tap my foot along with it. Before I even play anything, I'm going to make sure my foot cannot rush. Right? A lot of times you'll rush. So just get your foot locked in with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've got your foot locked in, just match your foot with your pick. 2, 3, 4. Now, before you think this is easy and rush through it, really listen to your note and really listen to the click and see if they're actually lined up. Make sure your note's not hitting before the click or after it. And your foot's tapping as well. Do this for a while and just really listen. So don't do this with me. Do this on your own. Put a metronome on, 60 beats per minute, tap your foot, play to the click, and listen. Listen to see if you're a little bit before, a little bit after. After a while, if you set a timer and do that, just that, for 5 minutes, you will have better timing because you'll be a better listener. You won't be relying on my timing. Just do that on your own. Another way that you can practice this, and I'm not going to skip over anything in this video, guys. I'm going to let this video be long. A lot of videos I do on YouTube are just right to the point. This video, I want to actually teach you as much as I can because these are the things that everybody skips over, which is why you never improve on them, because these are foundational things that aren't, it's not sexy to sit here and just play quarter notes to a click. You have to be able to do that really well. And if you skip over it, you're never going to develop further along the way. So another way that you can develop this is, yes, keep hitting your foot, but also just clap. And the way, this is a little magic trick, the way that you know if you're really in time is if when you clap, you actually cannot hear the metronome. So if you're clapping exactly at the same time as the metronome, eventually, if you get really locked in, the sound of the metronome will actually disappear. You won't hear it at all. Now listen, if you hear the metronome click after my clap, you'll know I'm rushing. Eventually, it'll disappear when I lock in. So I couldn't quite lock it in fully there. So I might sit there for a while and do that. But what I'm listening for is, and I'm making really subtle adjustments. If I hear the click before my hand clap, I'll know I'm rushing. I have to pull back a hair. If I hear my clap and then the click, that means I've got to speed up just a hair. And I'm making these minor, subtle adjustments, and then I'm trying to stick with that adjustment. So this is subtle timing. You need to develop that, right? That one way to practice that. I find trying to make the click disappear, really good exercise. Okay, I'm going to move on, but that's something you'd sit with on your own for a while. 5, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. Do that for a week, right? So I'm giving you a lot of information in these videos. Each little piece you should sit with on your own. Now, this very first bar, you should be able to tap your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I play my pick on the downs just to get lined up with it. And then I do upstrokes on the ands. So I'm still tapping my foot on the downs. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. So my foot's tapping on the downbeat and my foot is going on the downs. If you get mixed up here, just go back to downs. Get your foot locked in. Once you're locked in, add those ups again. Speed up. Keep everything very even. Okay, so lock that in. You could sit with bar 1 for 3 minutes. You will start to develop feel for how eighth notes feel with the upstrokes on the offbeats and being able to keep the beat inside yourself with your body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that foot tapping. Then move to the second bar. You can spend a bunch of time on each of these bars. This exercise isn't meant in the beginning to be played sequentially. Each bar is its own exercise. Once you learn it, then you can play it sequentially, and we'll do that at the end so that you can learn how to read rhythm as it's passing by. Sight reading rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Keeping it really straight, really even, not rushing. Keeping your foot hitting those downstrokes. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Notice how the downs are still all on the beat. The downs are always on the downbeat. The ups are always on the upbeat. Okay? You would sit with that on your own for a while. Then you would move on to the next bar. If you have a 30-minute practice session, just set a 2-minute timer for each of these bars and get as far as you can in 30 minutes. Come back to it the next day. Continue on. Come back to it the next day. Do that for a week, 2 weeks. Your rhythm is going to be so much better if you just put in the work. It's like going to the gym. You have to just put in the grunt work. This will set you so that you can learn songs so much better. It'll set you up for success. So now I'm moving to bar 3. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Repeat. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. You would sit with that for a while. Practice it. I'm just going to move through these quickly now. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Right? right? Sit with that for a while, get used to it. Make sure your foot's still locked in on the beat. Once you've practiced all those separately, then try them sequentially. 1, 2, here we go. Bar 1. Bar 2. Bar 3. Bar 4. I'll start again. Right? You could loop, right, section A here. You could loop that. Forgot to put a quarter note on beat 4, right? But you could do that. A quarter note on beat 4 would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But you see what I was doing there? I was just moving the quarter note from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, right? Here it's 1, here it's 2, here it's 3. I didn't put in a 4. You could put that in. I'm going to move on to the next section here. Rests. When you have a rest, okay, this right here is an 8th note rest. That means the rest lasts for half a beat. That means you need another 8th note to complete the beat. That's that right there. So this is all beat 1. You have an 8th note rest and an 8th note. So that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? That's all this right here. So on beat 1 is a rest, which means it's a downstroke, or like every beat is a downstroke, right? But if you play a downstroke and but it's supposed to be a rest, you just don't hit the string. So you still think down, but you don't actually pluck the string, but you still think as if it's a beat and it's a downstroke. So that means that the next note is going to be an upstroke because it's on an upbeat, right? A lot of times if you saw this, right, this piece of music, you'd start right here because that's the first note and you'd play it as a downstroke. But you didn't account for the fact that this was a rest, so this should be an upstroke, right? It's the upbeat. So you have to know rhythm in order to get the right down and upstrokes. And that's what makes your feel correct, is that you're feeling the beat and you're playing the notes on the correct beat, whether it's an up or a down. So important. So many beginners and even intermediates miss that, and that's why their playing doesn't feel right, or it just can't lock in. This is the key. Rest, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, or rest and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's see what that would sound like if we were to play it. Rest, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Rest, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we got that, and you could sit with that for a while. The other way that you could play that is you don't have to necessarily choke that note out. You could just let this note ring in the end. Technically, if it's written as a rest, it should be choked out, but how you might play this is and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm just letting that note ring after instead of trying to cut it off, like and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. This is actually how I would recommend playing it instead of trying to cut that note off, because really what I want you to get is the picking. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and my foot is with the click. 1. You get the idea. Sit with that for a time. Put a timer on for 2 minutes. Just do it over and over and over. You pause this video and do your own practicing along with it. Don't just watch the video straight through. Pause it, work on that, and then you can kind of go through the video. Eventually you won't need it because you'll just realize you can just read it from the music, what you're supposed to play. 1 and rest on the end of 1. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, rest, 2 and 3 and 4 and. But we're not really playing it as a rest. We're technically playing it as a quarter note because we're letting it ring. So it's basically this bar, which is bar 6, is essentially the same as bar 2. That's what you were playing on bar 2. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So maybe it's kind of redundant, but nonetheless, practice it. Think about that, in between space as a rest. Even though you're not cutting the note off, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and rest and 3 and 4 and 1 and rest, resting on beat 2. 1 and 2 and again, for this whole thing, when you get to the rests, instead of cutting them off like you typically should, if you see a rest, it should technically be nothing there, right? You should cut that note off. I'm going to have you not cut it off because I'm just wanting you to get the picking. So just play down, up, down, up, down, up. So just don't pick on the rest, but you don't have to cut the note off. So I'm going to play this bar for you. 1 and rest and 3 and 4 and 1 and rest and 3 and 4 and 1 and rest and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up. Keep your foot going. Moving on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so you're not hitting that and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. We're just moving the rest down the line. So we've got 1 and 2 and rest and 4 and down, up, rest, up, down, up, down, up, rest, up, down, up, down, up, rest. Keep your foot going. Rest. Rest. 1 and 2 and 3, rest, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that and of 3, you're just not hitting it, but your pick is still, you're still thinking. That would be an upstroke if I picked it. So with the metronome, 1 and 2 and 3, rest, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. If you ever get twisted up with this, just go back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and just lock in with that, and then lock in with your downs and ups. All we're doing throughout this exercise is we're just deciding where we're doing a rest and just resting wherever we want. Okay, you got the idea. Bar 11 here. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest and 1 and 2 and 3 and rest and. Right, that last and of 4 is an upstroke. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up the whole time. Okay, get used to that bar. And then this last bar here is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, rest. Now we're moving on to a new section here. Everything's a rest except for the note you want to hit. So this is kind of helping you just in a different way from a different perspective. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? So take each bar and play it separate. So play the first bar. It's just playing on beat 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Repeat that bar over and over. 4 and 1 and 2, because it's going to set you up for when you go to the next bar. 1's going to be a rest, and you're going to play on the and of 1. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So you're playing on the and of 1. Therefore, it's going to be, as you can see here, an upstroke. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 up 2 and 3 and 4 and up. Keep your foot tapping. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Getting used to playing on the and of 1 with an upstroke. Notice how I can do this while talking because I'm really get used to it. Practice it a lot. Really important. Moving on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right, pretty simple. The following bar there will be playing on the and of 2. 1 and 2 and, which is going to be an upstroke. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and keep your foot going. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Practice that with a metronome. 2 minutes. This one's just playing on beat 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Why is it on beat 3? Well, we got a quarter note rest. That's beat 1. Quarter note rest. That's beat 2. Means this is going to be beat 3. And we play an eighth note. And we got an eighth note rest to complete that beat. Remember, 2 eighth notes equals 1 beat, 1 quarter note. So we got an eighth note rest, and then another quarter note rest. That equals 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just some basic math here. That's playing on beat 3. Pretty simple. This is going to be playing on the and of 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So play on the and of 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Anytime you're playing on an and, it's an upstroke. So practice that bar. Next one, you're just playing on beat 4. And the next one, you're just playing on the and of 4. So practice all those. That is the whole exercise. Okay? So one thing that you might do is once you learn each bar on its own and like practice tapping your foot and getting the right down and upstrokes, then you might try to play the whole piece of music, right? It's just an exercise for your picking hand, like sequentially. So like if I just press play on this, the ones that I put repeat signs, which are these little dots, it'll play those bars twice. Eventually I just got tired of putting repeat signs. It'll just play each bar once. So I'm going to try to play along here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Rest up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Rest up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Rest down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, rest up, down, up, down, up, down, up, rest. Down, up, down, rest, down, up, down, up. Down, up, rest, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, rest, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, rest, up, down, up, down, rest, down, rest, 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 down, up, rest, 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 down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. Okay, you get the idea there. I'm going to end this video here. This is part 2. Next is part 3, where we do the similar exercise, but with 16th notes. You need all these parts to kind of get, you know, if you're learning something, like if I play a lick, if I just play anything, that was a bad example. I'm always thinking down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. My foot is tapping the whole time. You know, anything I play. Doesn't matter what I'm playing, I'm always thinking down, up, 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 down, up. If I just want to hit one of those beats, up, down, right? Up. If I want to hit an off beat, it's going to be an up. If I want to hit a down beat, it's going to be a down. You can develop this over time. This is the start to it. We'll see you guys in the next video.